Paris. It was a warm spring evening when Lily arrived in Paris, the city of lights and love. She had dreamed of visiting Paris ever since she was a little girl, reading stories about the beautiful city and seeing pictures of the Eiffel Tower. Now, at the age of 25, Lily was finally there, standing on the cobbled streets of Montmartre, surrounded by charming cafes and old stone buildings. Lily had come to Paris alone. She wasn't sad about it. In fact, she had always enjoyed traveling on her own. She loved the freedom to explore a new place without anyone holding her back. She could wake up whenever she wanted, eat what she liked, and spend her days doing what made her happiest. And for Lily, that meant seeing the world, experiencing new cultures, and feeling the magic of a place like Paris. Her first stop was the famous Sacré-Cœur Basilica. The white, towering church sat at the top of a hill, offering a breathtaking view of the city below. Lily stood there for a long time, watching the sunset as the sky turned pink and orange. There were other tourists around, but they didn't disturb her. She just wanted to take in the beauty of the moment, to feel the peace that came with being in such a wonderful place. Later that evening, Lily found a little cafe tucked away on a side street. The tables were set up outside, and the air smelled of freshly baked bread and coffee. She sat at a table near the window and ordered a croissant and a cappuccino. The waiter, an older man with a kind smile, brought her order and asked if she needed anything else. "Non, merci," Lily replied, smiling back. She was content. The cafe felt warm and inviting, and she could hear the soft hum of conversation around her. It was a perfect evening to be in Paris. As she sipped her cappuccino, Lily thought about love. She had never been in a serious relationship. She had dated a few people over the years, but nothing ever felt right. She had always believed in love, though, real love, the kind of love that was deep and lasting, not the kind that faded after a few weeks. Her thoughts drifted to the stories she had read about couples in Paris, walking along the Seine River hand in hand, whispering sweet words to each other under the twinkling lights of the Eiffel Tower. It seemed like something out of a dream. Maybe, Lily thought, Paris was the place where real love was meant to be found. The next day, Lily woke up early to visit the Louvre Museum. She walked through the grand entrance, admiring the glass pyramid and the beautiful courtyard. She had always been fascinated by art, and seeing the masterpieces of the Louvre in person was something she had looked forward to for years. She spent hours wandering through the galleries, staring at paintings and sculptures that told stories of love, pain, joy, and heartbreak. As she stood in front of the Mona Lisa, something caught her eye. A man was standing a few feet away, gazing at the painting as well. He was tall, with dark hair and kind eyes. He smiled at her as their eyes met, and for a moment, Lily felt a spark, something unexpected, like a connection between them. "Beautiful, isn't it?" the man said in a soft, French accent. Lily nodded, still unsure of what to say. She wasn't the type of person to strike up conversations with strangers, but there was something about him that made her feel comfortable. "Yes, it's amazing," she replied. "I've always wanted to see it in person." The man smiled again. "I'm Thomas," he said. "And you are Lily," she said, still a little surprised by how easily the conversation was flowing. "Are you here on vacation?" Thomas asked, stepping closer. "Yes," Lily said. "I've always wanted to come to Paris. It's a dream come true." Thomas looked at her with interest. "I'm here for work," he said. "But I've been coming to the Louvre for years. It's one of my favorite places in Paris." Lily smiled. "I can see why. There's so much history here. It's like walking through time." They talked for a while longer, discussing the art, their lives, and their favorite places in Paris. As they spoke, Lily found herself laughing more than she had in a long time. There was something about Thomas that made her feel at ease, like they had known each other for years. Eventually, they exchanged phone numbers and agreed to meet for coffee the next day. Lily felt a flutter of excitement in her chest. It had been a long time since she had felt this way about someone. The following days were filled with exploration. Lily and Thomas met each day, visiting different spots in the city. They wandered through the beautiful gardens of the Tuileries, took a boat ride on the Seine, and even climbed to the top of the Eiffel Tower at sunset. With each passing moment, Lily felt herself growing closer to Thomas. He was kind, funny, and easy to talk to. They shared stories about their lives, their dreams, and their fears. Lily found herself opening up to him in a way she had never done with anyone before. One afternoon, they sat on a bench in a quiet park near the Eiffel Tower. The sun was shining, and the air was warm with the scent of blooming flowers. Thomas took her hand, and for a moment, neither of them spoke. They just sat there, enjoying the silence, the warmth, and the magic of Paris. "I've been to Paris many times," Thomas said softly, "but this time feels different. It's like I'm seeing the city for the first time. Lily turned to look at him, surprised by his words. Why is that? She asked. Because I'm here with you, Thomas said, his voice gentle but full of meaning. You make everything feel new. You make me believe in love again. Lily's heart skipped a beat. She had never expected to feel this way. But somehow, sitting there with Thomas, in the most romantic city in the world, she realized that she had found something she hadn't been looking for. She had found a connection, something deeper than a simple crush. She had found love. As the days passed, Lily and Thomas grew closer. They spent their time exploring the city, sharing meals at cozy cafes, and walking through the streets at night, hand in hand, under the glow of the street lamps. They kissed by the Seine, with the Eiffel Tower in the background, and laughed in the rain as they took shelter under the awning of a small shop. Paris, it seemed, was the perfect backdrop for the growing love. But as much as Lily enjoyed being with Thomas, a part of her couldn't help but feel a little unsure. She had only known him for a short time, and though their connection was strong, she wondered if it was just the magic of Paris that made everything feel so perfect. Could their love survive once they left the city? On their last night in Paris, Lily and Thomas went to a rooftop bar, where they could see the entire city spread out before them. The Eiffel Tower sparkled in the distance, and the lights of the city twinkled like stars. It was a beautiful sight, one that made Lily feel both happy and sad at the same time. She didn't want to leave Paris. She didn't want to leave Thomas. They sat together in silence for a while, watching the city below. I'm going to miss this, Lily said softly. I'm going to miss you. Thomas turned to look at her, his eyes full of warmth. I don't want you to go, either. I wish we could stay here forever, Lily said, her voice filled with longing. Thomas reached for her hand and held it tightly. Maybe we can't stay here forever, but we can carry this moment with us, he said. We can carry each other with us. Lily smiled, feeling a wave of emotion wash over her. Maybe they couldn't stay in Paris forever, but the love they had found in the city would stay with them, no matter where they went. It was real, and it was theirs. As the night wore on, they sat together in the glow of the Parisian lights, knowing that no matter what the future held, they would always have this moment. Romance in Paris wasn't just about the city. It was about the connection they had found in each other, a love that felt like it had always been meant to be. And in that moment, with the Eiffel Tower shining brightly in the distance, Lily knew that sometimes, the most beautiful romances are the ones that happen when you least expect them.